Hello and welcome to Mad Dog Fitness and Gaming. I'm Mad Dog and I'll be chatting with you today about getting started with exercise. I'll be talking about how to choose a program, how to make time for your exercise program, and how much it'll cost. I figure these are pretty much the high points and the big things that usually are obstacles with people getting started. So I wanted to go over this to help you get started with your own exercise. To start off, we'll need to look into a few different things like your personal goals, which is going to be what you want to accomplish with your exercise program. Do you want to improve cardiovascular fitness? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain muscle, improve flexibility? A lot of people say they just want to look better naked and be comfortable in their own skin, which I think confidence also kind of plays into that as well. Or some people even live longer, improve quality of life. I think those are really important points to mention. So depending on your goal, your exercise program selection is going to vary. So now if we're looking at your program selection, we also want to think about what is practical and what's going to work for you. So, maybe getting the latest Olympic weightlifting program to do for yourself to build muscle would not be a good choice practically because you have a life, you have maybe children, you work a lot. So being able to cut 3 to 4 hours out of your day to do some Olympic weightlifting with a coach just couldn't work for you. Not to mention having to pay an Olympic weightlifting coach for those 3 or 4 hours would be expensive as well. So that's what I kind of mean when I'm going with practical. We want to find a program that works for you. Now, if your goal is to become an Olympic weightlifter, maybe you're going to have to make some concessions, change your life in order to do that. But I'm just talking more of normal person, you and me, just trying to get fit, trying to get healthy, not trying to make our way to the Olympics or win Mr. Universe or anything like that. So I'm going to walk us through a scenario, and I think a good goal to choose, which a lot of people can relate to, is losing weight. So let's say you chose your goal and you don't really know where to start. You haven't really looked for any programs, you haven't done too much research, so one thing you might think is, hey, I'll start running 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Maybe that's like a New Year's resolution thing you're trying to do. We've all done it. You maybe run the first day for 30 minutes and walk the other 30. Second day you get out there and you just walk the whole time. You're still sore from the day before. Third and fourth days you drop off, and then by the next week you're completely off your schedule. So that's not going to be a practical program as well, or even doable with your schedule. So, and also think about, is getting in running shape part of that goal to lose weight? It can be, but there could be better programs to get you that goal without having to do all this extra stuff. And also, running 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, like what are you working towards? You trying to run a marathon? You just trying to be a super runner? If that's your thing, go for it. And also, that's a lot to bite off really soon. That's biting off almost more than you could chew, I would say, for any beginner or any new person. Slow and steady is going to win the race in your fitness thing here. Unless you're going for some competition, which is way too soon, slow and steady is going to win the race, and that's good for you. Also, losing a lot of weight really quickly, I'm just going to throw that out there. When you watch things like The Biggest Loser, people losing like 20 pounds in a week, now they're larger, so they can lose that percentage of body fat without as much harm. When you're a little bit smaller, losing that much body weight is still not very healthy. Even for the people in The Biggest Loser, it's not the healthiest thing ever. So just wanted to throw that out there for people so we don't have any misconceptions. All right, so losing weight. How much time do we have each week to put toward this goal? That's a biggie. That's very important. So people don't really even know, well, how much time should I be putting each week towards this goal? So I'm just going to talk real quick about the guidelines per the Department of Health and Human Services. They say 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity physical activity. Moderate intensity physical activity, now it's not specifically pertaining to running or lifting weights, even though those can fall under it. Moderate intensity physical activity, they have a chart online, and there's some pretty funny things on it. Maybe a really intense gardening session could count for your physical activity. And that's good. I'm not making light of it. If you do a lot of gardening, hey, maybe that's helping to keep you in shape. But anyway, that's the guidelines for the Department of Health and Human Services here in America. But if you're a human, especially in a first world country where we're all getting sick from our interactivity, this is going to be a very helpful guideline for you as well. Now, in regards to 150 minutes, let me break it down a little bit easier for you, because you're thinking, oh, nice, that's 2.5 hours, whatever, that I have to just chomp off right there. Not specifically. Physical activity, again, gardening, even walking, at a certain pace can count for that moderate physical activity. So let's say, actually, hang on, pause, time out, let me come back to that. With that physical activity that we need to accomplish, it doesn't have to be done in massive chunks of time. The smallest chunk you can do of time to do this physical activity is going to be a 10-minute period. So if you do a pretty quick walk, from your car all the way to class for 10 minutes, a brisk jog, or not a brisk jog, but pretty quick walk, you got your book bag on or something, hey, there's 10 minutes of physical activity you did without even having to try. Which is one of those things why people say, park extra far in the parking lot, so you have to walk even further to the door, because that is a cumulative bit of your physical activity for the day. So anyways, 10-minute chunks, because if you go much shorter than that, then you're not really going to be getting the physical activity benefits that you want. And also, for their guidelines, muscle and bone strengthening activities need to be done, which I mentioned weightlifting earlier. Running could be another one of those activities because of the impact. Jumping rope, pretty much anything where you're working against gravity. So yeah, one thing I wanted to mention about that is swimming is great physical activity, but you don't really work against gravity, so you can strengthen your muscles, you can develop a better cardiorespiratory system, but you're not going to strengthen your bones because you're not acting against gravity. So that's actually very important. But hey, go swimming. Good stuff. So that's just something to consider. Now, having said all that, you should aim for 150 minutes physical activity each week. That's 2.5 hours. Again, walking counts, cycling counts, playing sports counts, basketball. So these things are already in your schedule in some way, shape, or form. Then good, we could kind of already subtract that. So I'm actually going to jump and kind of give you another scenario here. Let's say you walk 10 minutes a day, 3 days a week to your class. So boom, you just chunked 30 minutes of time off of that 150 minute physical activity you need each week. So now we just need to fill 120 minutes. Not too bad, right? We didn't even do anything, just looked at our current lifestyle and did a little bit of math. So we can divide that 120 minutes by 5. So that's 5 days a week, and we get 24 minutes a day. You could possibly even do, 120 minutes divided by 4, get 30 minutes a day. It's going to depend on your schedule, which is going to lead into the next thing here in a minute. So not too bad. We got our times, or we got some days, 5 days a week and or 4 days a week. We're just going to stick with 5, 24 minutes a day. That is not bad at all. Goal. So we have our goal, lose weight. We have our days, 5 days a week, 24 minutes a day. Now you're thinking, so when do I do this exercise? When you're going to do this exercise is going to be determined by your time budget. You're going to do a budget of your week. Hopefully you have a schedule already. You can look at this schedule and say, okay, this time block is work, this time block time with the kids, or anyways, you have your time schedule. I have mine that I can look at, and I can find those little blocks in time. Now, and never mind, I won't get ahead of myself there. I was going to talk about those people who say, I don't have any time for anything. And we'll get to that in a minute. But you can find 24 minutes in each day, which you can carve out for some exercise. And you don't want to hear this probably. Go to bed a little bit earlier, wake up a little bit earlier. 24 minutes in the morning. If you wake up just a little bit earlier, the morning is prime exercise time. That's why so many people do it. You can kind of get a jump on the day before all these other things weigh you down, grab your attention, and keep you from actually taking care of yourself. So that's why morning is prime time to get started. Now I know if you have like children, that can complicate it. Maybe you can't get up early and do that. You have to watch children, do other things like that. But this may be a slight tangent. You really need to find some time to take care of yourself. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here with anyone with kids, because you are part of the healthiness of your family. If your health starts going the wrong way, that's going to impact your entire family. That can be a real burden. So you taking care of yourself is taking care of your family. Just wanted to throw that out there. I know it's, I don't have all the answers and how exactly you can do that, but I just want you to go ahead and take care of yourself. You're worth it. This is important. Anyways, so morning, prime time. You have your time budget. You can look at your mornings, and you can find out some of your times to work out. So if you're one of those people, I've heard this a lot, oh, I don't have any time for exercise. So I start talking to them about their time budget. I'm like, okay, what do you do at this time? What do you do at this time? And if they're really, really trying to stick to that gig, oh, I don't have any time for exercise, they'll have an answer for every single minute of the day. And it's like, okay, so you think you got out of me trying to talk to you and tell you should exercise? Well, what I would say to that is an extremely unhealthy lifestyle. If you are completely booked all day, every day, and none of that is physical activity, or not very much of that is physical activity, that is an unhealthy lifestyle that's probably mentally taxing and draining. That's going to lead to immune issues and sicknesses. If you literally have no time at all to yourself in a day to engage in some sort of physical activity or do these healthy things for your life, for yourself, you're living a very unhealthy lifestyle. And I know our first world countries are America, that we get really amped up all the time and can't take any time to rest or take care of ourselves. That's bad juju. That's going to catch up with you at some point. So if you're one of those people who says you have absolutely no time at all in a day, in a week, to do any exercise, you need to do you need to kind of think about your life and do some rescheduling, reworking, so you can have a life that's actually conducive to your health and not just dragging you down. So, anyways, I go on that tangent just because I care about you all. I want you to be healthy with your lives. I want you to make money and all that stuff, but, don't work yourselves to death. Please be happy. Take care of yourself. So, workout goal, lose weight. Times each week that we're going to do that. We got 5 days a week, 24 minutes a day. And for our time schedule we were talking about earlier, hey, look at that. 5:30 a.m. works Monday through Friday. Boom. Okay, so there's one thing you've avoided answering there, Mad Dog. How about money? No, that's a big one. That's a big barrier that a lot of people like to bring up. One that's going to keep them from exercising. So yeah, I'd love to talk about money. I can't afford to work out, you say. All right, well, now we got to go to not a time budget, but your financial budget. We did your time budget. What's your financial budget? Are you really telling me every single dollar, every single month is completely tied up? And that you can't free any of that free any of that money up for your health? Okay, cool. We'll roll with that for a second. We'll say, all right, you don't have money to exercise? Well, guess what? You don't specifically need money to exercise. There are many free programs online that you can find, and they can get you started. There's running programs, there's cardio, there's strength. There's a lot of resources online. Come on, people. Have we ever been online? You can look up anything. You can find answers to pretty much anything online. So there's going to be free programs for you to do online. Now, if they're free, just have somewhat of a critical eye in making sure it's still a good program. Again, if this program says it's for the average Joe Schmo, couch to 5K, and they have you doing something that's just way beyond your abilities, maybe it's not the best program. Anyways, so yeah, there's free programs. You can get started. Guess what? You don't need money. Woo! You're welcome. But again, now, when you don't have any money and you're just trying to start with a program, you're kind of the director. You're your own personal trainer there. So you need to have the time to really look into these programs, decide what's going to be good for you, and you need to have the knowledge. So, again, all these sort of excuses stack and it becomes this ridiculous scenario. Okay, I don't have time to do it. All right, if you don't have time, do you have knowledge? Well, you need knowledge and you need time together to help yourself get started on one of these free program things. So if that's not an option, that's when you might want to think about hiring a professional, getting with a personal trainer. Personal trainers do all that for you, depending on where you go. Not every single personal trainer is the same. Not every single gym and program is the same in terms of that. But pretty generally, you can go to a personal trainer, tell them about your goals. They can design a program and all that good stuff for you. But a personal trainer, you were just talking to me about money. Personal trainers are such a great asset to you, and it's such a great thing for you, but it's going to cost some more money. So, personal trainer prices across the U.S., the states, cities, all these things are varied. Very, very varied. I swear I looked up an average at some point. This is not super valid information, but I would say $45 is probably a pretty average per hour. I live in the Midwest. I don't live in LA. I don't know what they're charging up there. I've seen, charging $52 an hour. Some places can charge, $140 for 3 sessions. A lot of them sell bulk sessions anyways. So I just threw a lot of dollar amounts around, and I'm sure some of you are like, okay, the personal trainer's out. Maybe you don't need that sort of specific attention from a personal trainer. Maybe you just, need the program, need something to kind of put you on autopilot and get you started. And the free workouts online aren't really doing that for you. Maybe think about a home workout video. So a lot of you are like, whatever, peace out, I'm done. He's talking about home workout videos. Now you got to think about all these different types of exercises and fitness programs. These are tools in your toolbox. What tool is right for the right situation? Maybe a personal trainer isn't always going to be useful or helpful for someone who can only have 15 minutes a day, 7 days a week or something. I just wouldn't really work for them. That's a really small time period, and they probably don't work for that sort of time period that I've ever heard of. So maybe that doesn't work for the scenario. So that tool is not right for that scenario. A home workout DVD for, maybe a mother who has a job and has to take care of kids in the morning. Maybe she can get 15 minutes to herself to do routine following a home workout DVD. That's the right tool for the job right there. So anyways, when I'm saying that, don't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people get stigmas about things, but you shouldn't do that. I used to bash on CrossFit back in the day, way back in the day. I saw this guy on our base. He was doing CrossFit. We're all like doing our weights and cardio thing. And then we saw this event. We had an MMA competition in our unit, and one guy was doing it was versus a CrossFit guy. So our big buff guy versus CrossFit guy, and the first round went really well for our side, and then our energy systems and everything went downhill. He tired out, and then the CrossFit guy took over and beat him. I was like, oh wow, this is kind of interesting. I'm out looking at CrossFit, and then skip forward a little bit. I ended up becoming a CrossFit coach. So now people, oh, there we go, more stigmas. Now CrossFit is a tool as well, but not every tool is applicable for every single job. So just wanted to throw that out there. People can kind of just discount things without actually looking at it or doing something honestly. If you do one of these programs honestly, I guarantee you it's going to help you. These home workout DVDs, most of them, I can't speak for every single one out there, are very well designed, very good programs. And a lot of them come with nutrition, diet plans, things like that. So hey, awesome. You just got a diet and workout plan together, and you can do this stuff in the comfort of your own home. And hey, a lot of these home workout programs also, some of them don't really even need equipment. You can do it all with your just body weight, whatever you have at your house. So I mean, that sounds like a really good option, especially if you're telling me you don't got tons of money every single month to be throwing at it. Anyway, so home workout DVD type program, maybe you snag one at Walmart. I haven't really looked in that aisle recently. I'm guessing, hey, $20, you get at-home DVD. I can't speak for those and specifically say those come with nutrition programs, the ones you might buy at Walmart or something like that. But anyways, so that's one end of the spectrum. Other at-home DVD workout programs may be around more like $90. But again, these are going to include full sets of DVDs, many workouts for you to do. You're not going to get bored. They're going to include a nutrition program, a meal plan, and they have the exercise schedule that you can use for yourself at home. So it's going to say, hey, this day do this day do that. And then you can kind of put that within your time budget. Boom. You're working just fine. You have everything kind of on autopilot working for you. Now you're like, oh, $90 for an at-home DVD workout program. Whoa. I mean, that's a one-time thing as well. So I mean, $90 one time. I didn't do the math on 90 by 12 for the year, make payments on it for a year to get your program. Anyway, so I mean, that's a pretty cheap, awesome, easy way to get going. And that's just for one program. Now, I love being alive right now. I love technology. I love everything that's happening. With that, I'm saying, and even, some of the programs I really like are now available on streaming services in your own home. I mean, come on, who's got cable and TV? I know I don't. I got Netflix. That's the way to go. It's awesome. I got everything I need right here at home. I got Netflix. I got YouTube. Netflix is about $9 a month, $10 a month. A lot of these streaming services for at-home workout systems. I don't know all of them, but one of my favorite ones, $13 a month for 20 plus programs. I don't have time to be counting all them programs. And then, most of those, I think, from what I've seen, include, again, workout schedule, diet plan, meal plan, all that fun stuff. Lots of extra information for you. So $13 a month, you can have access to all these different programs. So you can do one cycle of one program, 3 months of what it takes or whatever, and then switch over to another one, rather than buying a $90 program and after 4 months buying another $90 program. Anyways, just trying to give you an idea of your options here. So $13 a month, streaming to your home. Not too bad. Not a lot of gym memberships are even that cheap. I forget, Planet Fitness, the super cheap one, like $10 a month. Groovy, good stuff. But that gets you in the door and access. No workout program, no diet plan, meal plan. Then you can even see their personal trainers there, but that's going to be extra dinero. So, again, $13 a month for some at-home workout program. You're telling me you're tight on cash. I bet you can find $13. If you're honest, you do a budget, you can find $13. Anyways, there's so many excuses out there, and people just don't really want to actually work their way through them. So hey, that's what I'm doing right here for you. Anyways, now a lot of those streaming services, a lot of the programs that are out, even the ones you can buy, at-home DVD programs, which are on the streaming services, include specific time blocks for what's available to you. So you're telling me you only have, for our scenario here, 24 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Well, there's specific programs that are 21 minutes long, 30 minutes long, 25 minutes long, 22 minutes long. They base their programs around these time blocks that you can fit. And let's say, hey, you have the 22-minute program, you have 24 minutes of workout, just do some push-ups at the end. Come on, run in place for the last 2 minutes, physical activity. So, that makes it even more convenient. It is specifically designed for your time period, or some of them, they can even stack workouts. Like there's a 10-minute workout, using some exercise bands or whatever. And we need 24 minutes, so where you can go ahead and stack 2 of those 10-minute programs on top of each other, and then maybe do 4 minutes of the next one, or just, any sort of staying active for 4 minutes. So, look at that. Plenty of options, plenty of good stuff. Now, just had to say real quick, I'm not going to dive really, really deeply into nutrition. That's another video, another day, but I did want to mention that in getting started with exercise, your nutrition is going to be important. It's going to be crucial. If you haven't heard it before today, then you can't out-train a bad diet. There you go, you heard it. You can't out-train a bad diet. And you may have also heard this, or you may not have heard it. You're going to hear it now. Abs are made in the kitchen. So, if we get all this stuff started beautifully, you're doing an exercise program, everything's going just awesome, and you're just going to town. You totally lose yourself in the kitchen. You lose yourself when it comes to diet. This isn't going to help you. So anyways, diet, really diving into it, that's another video for another day, but I had to mention that to you. And also mentioning that, a lot of programs you can get a hold of, those streaming services, at-home DVDs, personal trainers, they can give you workout and diet plans to follow. So it's a little bit easier to get on your exercise fitness goals or achieve that goal of losing weight. All right, cool. We'll move on from nutrition there. All right, so our goal, lose weight. Working out 5 days a week, 24 minutes a day, in the morning, 5:30 a.m. Boom. Our price, $13 a month. So the total for the entire year is $156. That's a drop in the bucket. That's not a lot of money to manage for the entire year. $13 a month. Or if you bought maybe one of those $90 at-home workout DVD system thingamabobs, that's $90 for the year. So I'm saying you don't need an insane amount of money to be getting physically fit. That's so manageable. So I hope that scenario was kind of helping you understand a lot of the obstacles that you're facing and how to get through these things and how to just get started on an exercise program. So $13 a month, not too bad. 5 days a week, 24 minutes a day. This can get you fit. This can help you out. So yeah, that's just one of the options. We could have done it with muscle building or or someone just trying to up their cardiorespiratory endurance. We could have done many other things. That's just one option. But I mean, you can look back at this and see how you could make your decision to get a program. So my question now, so what are you waiting for? What is your obstacle? Did I not specifically address your obstacle? Is yours such a special case that I'm not really able to help you in this or whatever? I kind of doubt you have such a insane case that I can't really help you with what you just listened to. If you do have that sort of extreme case, there's probably no chance in hell you could even get on YouTube and look at a video about something like this. So yeah, just what are we waiting for? There's no time like the present. Getting started, getting fit now is important. The older we get, the more all this inactivity and all the things we've done in our whole life start to compound on us. So you want to take control of your health as soon as you can. I don't know how to say that much more. There's so many terrible diseases, sicknesses, and things that are happening here in the USA and in a lot of other first world countries. Take care of yourselves and then give back, Take care of yourself, get healthy. Hey, now you're staying healthy, you're able to work more days, so you're able to make more money, and hey, maybe you can donate some of that money to some starving people in another country. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I just need you all to know I love people. That's why I do this. That's why I do what I do. So I just want everyone to be the best versions of themselves and make the best impact they can to those around them. Seriously, I love people. Sorry, I'll get off on a tangent there. So that's what gets me motivated. So find that thing that gets you motivated to start your exercise program, latch onto it for dear life, and have that be maybe it's your children, maybe it's a lot of older people I've trained. They don't want to, have a six-pack abs. They just say, I want to live longer so I can spend time with my grandchildren. That's really important. That's an amazing goal, and that's something worth reaching. So find that motivation, whatever it is, and just take the step and get to exercising, get fit, get to taking care of yourself. Now, I'm here. I'm here for you. That's what I do this for. When I post this video, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out here on YouTube on the comments. You can reach out on my Facebook page or by my email. I'm going to put all that information in the description so you can find it easily. Just so you can link and click and find all that. But that's what I'm here for. This is what I want to do, is help you all get fit, help you all get healthy, be happy, and then give back to everyone else. So give me a holler if you have any cool ideas. If you like this video, give me a like. I'd appreciate it. And hey, subscribe while you're at it. Doesn't hurt anyone subscribing. You'll get notifications of my videos when I post them. I do post some free exercise videos as well. I might want to mention that. So if you're looking for something to do, then I'll be posting free exercises you can just find right here online, and you can follow those. Good stuff, right? All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you, and that this can help you take the leap in improving your fitness and your health. So take care, everyone. This is Mad Dog, signing off.